Right now, President Biden addressing the nation for the first time since withdrawing from the election. Hear his message to voters. Plus, 3 more arrests made connected to the shooting death of a 15-year-old Madison girl last year. Those stories and more are just ahead on News 3 Now at 10.
I revere this office, but I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president.
President Joe Biden making his first extensive remarks tonight about his decision to step away from his re-election efforts and endorse Vice President Kamala Harris for the Democratic presidential nomination. Skylar Henry shows us what the commander-in-chief had to say.
I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy.
In a primetime Oval Office address, President Biden spoke to the nation about his decision to drop out of the 2024 presidential race.
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation.
When he announced over the weekend that he's no longer seeking re-election, Biden threw his full support behind Vice President Kamala Harris for the nomination.
The defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think is more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people.
President Biden, who stepped down under intense pressure following his poor debate performance last month, says he plans on staying in office until the next president is inaugurated in January.
They'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, former President Donald Trump held his first rally since President Biden exited the race.
But really what happened was the leaders of the Democrat Party, in a very undemocratic move, the bosses, they said either you get out or we're going to throw you out using the 25th Amendment. That's what happened, you know that.
On Thursday, Vice President Harris is set to deliver a keynote address in Houston to the annual meeting of the American Federation of Teachers. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Also in Washington today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressing Congress as the war between Israel and Hamas wages on. Many were hoping to hear Netanyahu lay out a plan that could lead to a ceasefire agreement in the Middle East. Instead, he delivered a scathing speech to lawmakers defending Israel's conduct in the war. This despite the International Criminal Court seeking an arrest warrant against him for alleged war crimes.
The ICC is trying to shackle Israel's hands and prevent us from defending ourselves. And if Israel's hands are tied, America is next. For the forces of civilization to triumph, America and Israel must stand together.
Well, despite the boisterous applause you heard, many lawmakers did not attend. Vice President Kamala Harris, about 80 House Democrats and multiple Democratic senators were not present. And one of those House Democrats who skipped the speech was Madison area Congressman Mark Pocan. He released a statement today explaining that decision, saying in part, quote, "It is wildly inappropriate to give the distinct honor of addressing Congress to a man who has violated international human law so severely that an arrest warrant for war crimes has been recommended by the International Criminal Court. I regret that one has not been issued yet, and I would have gladly served it to him on the House floor." Now, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin was in attendance but isn't pleased by what she heard. She had this to say about Netanyahu's address, quote, "I had hoped that Netanyahu would use this opportunity to lay out a concrete plan to end the war in Gaza, bring home the hostages, surge humanitarian assistance into Gaza, and set us on a course for a two-state solution. I am deeply disappointed that he did not do that." Thousands of people took to the streets of Washington before, during, and after Netanyahu's address. Demonstrators filled blocks carrying Palestinian flags and signs with messages such as "Arrest Netanyahu" and "Free, Free Palestine."
We've sent a pretty clear message over the past 9 months, not just in D.C., but on a global level, how much disapproval there is on a global scale for all of the war crimes and the genocide happening in Palestine. And this is just reaffirming that we don't welcome Netanyahu's presence and that his invitation is anything but democratic.
One protest with demonstrators marching toward the Capitol came to an end when police deploying pepper spray on that crowd. Demonstrators continue to call for an end to the war that has now killed an estimated 39,000 Palestinians. Well, closer to home, it is a nice night across southern Wisconsin. We have more sunshine and warm temperatures for the next few days. In our first warn forecast, meteorologist Blaze Keller shares what you need to know. Blaze?
And we are in for a pretty pleasant night. A little bit cooler than average here across southern Wisconsin as we make our way into the second half of the work week. A high pressure system going to keep us quiet as well. So nothing on radar 3000. It's been a pretty pleasant couple of days, but things are going to be changing as we head into the weekend. Already seeing some 50s popping up around Camp Douglas, maybe in the Watertown area. Juneau maybe quickly going to follow suit, being in the low 60s, but we're still holding on to 70 in Janesville, upper 60s along the Mississippi, stretching from La Crosse south into Dubuque. What we're also tracking is some fog that's going to be developing after the midnight hour as well, but we are anticipating upper 70s to low 80s, fairly seasonal for your Thursday morning fog, and then we're going to watch as wildfire smoke kind of sits in the sky underneath those sunny conditions. A light easterly wind is going to make for a very comfortable Thursday. We are going to track out that heat and humidity I mentioned. It arrives Sunday. How long it sticks around for, that's coming up later on in this half hour.
All right, Blaze, thank you. Tonight, Madison police say 4 people involved in the October 2023 shooting death of 15-year-old Kaisha Miller on Madison's Far East Side have been arrested. Donovan Douglas, Javian White, Wilson Clark, and Reginald Sexton are all facing charges of intentional homicide, attempted homicide, and recklessly endangering safety. Miller's death was the second of 2 deadly shootings in a 3-month period that happened at the Harmony Apartments on Milwaukee Street. Braden Ross has covered both shootings extensively, and she joins us tonight with more on how justice is starting to be served. Braden?
Yeah, I was back out at the Harmony Apartments earlier today, where a makeshift memorial to 15-year-old Kaisha Miller still stands 9 months after she was shot and killed. Today, we learned Madison police have finally arrested the people they believe are responsible.
For 9 months, our department has been searching for justice for Kaisha Miller.
Well, Wednesday afternoon, Madison police say that justice is now on the way.
As of this afternoon, 4 people are in custody.
4 men, all in their early 20s and from the Madison area, are now facing homicide charges after police say they drove to the Harmony Apartments in a stolen car, hopped out, and started shooting at a group of teenagers, killing Kaisha and wounding others.
She was an innocent 15-year-old girl spending time with her sister and friends when she was shot and killed outside of her home last October.
Police recovered more than 50 shell casings at the scene.
We're also trying to determine a motive. We know that some in custody are affiliated with the local gang that is in our community, but we don't know what led them to the Harmony Apartments and why they chose to do this senseless act.
Just 4 months before Kaisha was killed, another young life, 20-year-old Devon Grant, was taken by gun violence in nearly the exact same place.
It is up to all of us to make sure that dangerous weapons like guns do not end up in the wrong hands.
Since January, police have been called to the Harmony Apartments almost 250 times. But residents I spoke with today say they have felt safer with more police patrols since Kaisha's death. But they say they still haven't seen the extra programming they were promised after Devon and Kaisha were killed. And if they ever get it, that's the solution they believe will last.
Now, police said today they are still looking for a 5th person they believe could be involved in Kaisha's death, and that more arrests could be coming as they continue to work this case.
Braden, thank you. In Sauk County, the search continues for a man authorities say shot at officers in Baraboo last night, leading to a shelter-in-place warning for some. Authorities tried to pull a vehicle over on a traffic stop, but it fled at a high rate of speed. It was later found in Baraboo. Stop sticks were used to disable the vehicle, which then crashed. As officers approached, gunshots rung out and the suspect took off running. One officer, they say, suffered a minor injury. This is the suspect, 32-year-old Jeffrey Miller, with ties to both Sauk and Juneau counties. Anyone who sees him is asked to call 911. Authorities in Dubuque County, Iowa, have closed a murder-suicide investigation that started in Iowa and ended in Dane County back in April. They say the gun used to kill a 32-year-old Iowa woman was the same weapon the person of interest used to later take his own life. Investigators identified 37-year-old Alexander Grunke as a person of interest after discovering the Lamont, Iowa woman's body in April. But they also learned a 13-year-old girl was staying with the woman but couldn't find her upon discovering the body. Deputies later realized the teen was with Grunke, and the pair led deputies on a chase, at one point shooting at law enforcement officers from their vehicle. Deputies spiked their vehicle to stop it, and the pair ran off near the town of Albion. Both were later found dead. The Dane County Sheriff's Office searching for a 62-year-old man who hasn't been seen since Friday. This is Paul Farrell. He was last spotted Friday in the town of Burke, but left the area on foot wearing blue jeans and a multicolored sweater. Authorities say he has no access to a vehicle. Farrell's family says they are concerned, especially since he is without his prescribed medicine. Anyone who sees him is asked to call 911. Wisconsin will honor trailblazer Vel Phillips on Saturday at the Capitol as a statue in her honor will be unveiled. She'll be the first woman of color memorialized with a statue on state property. That statue in position now outside the Capitol. It is covered ahead of this weekend's reveal. Vel Phillips broke a long list of barriers. She was the first black woman to graduate from the UW-Madison Law School, the first to win a Milwaukee City Council seat, and the first to become a judge in Wisconsin. Of course, many remember her as the first woman and black person elected to state office, serving as Secretary of State from 1979 to 83. The unveiling ceremony is Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. New tonight, the Universities of Wisconsin says high school seniors can expect to begin receiving admissions offers from the system as early as next week. This is part of the brand new direct admissions initiative that allows students to be accepted to several UW campuses without actually applying. The UW system has partnered with school districts statewide to receive school data on students and then in turn offering admission to qualifying students the summer between their junior and senior years. 10 UW campuses are part of this initiative, including UW Whitewater, UW Platteville, and UW Oshkosh.
These students do not have to apply. These students do not have to pay any money. All they need to do is indicate that they are interested in considering those schools. And it really levels the playing field.
Now, college offers will begin next week, but will continue being sent out into September. Participating students should check their school email accounts for those notices. More local stories still ahead at 10. Have you been getting a lot of political campaign text messages? You're not alone, as annoying as they may be. We tell you how to look out for the ones that may want to scam you. Stay with us.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Finish your wood projects with Cabot Australian Timber Oil. It's perfect for decks, siding, and outdoor furniture while providing maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency. A gallon is $49.98 plus 11% rebate. Cabot Gold is the ultimate finish, providing an unparalleled satin sheen and strong protection from UV sun damage, extreme temperatures, rain, and moisture. A gallon is just $54.98 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
I am proud of you.
Choosing to celebrate the special moments. For those recovering from stroke, injury, or illness, choosing Encompass Health for inpatient rehabilitation may just be their most important choice.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Grab your sunglasses and enjoy the journey of pure excitement. It's the Summer Vibes and Catch and Rides giveaways at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. This summer, you'll have a chance to win a StarCraft pontoon boat on July 27th, a Barletta pontoon boat on August 10th, and a Chevy Traverse on August 24th. All entries earned will be eligible for all Summer Vibes and Catch and Rides drawings. Your fun in the the sun starts at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, country music superstar Kane Brown. Plus, HGTV Week gets down home bad with Chelsea and Cole DeBoer. And it is time for our Knock Star
on the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
We are all used to seeing political ads on TV and online surge during the election season, but this year many are getting text messages from campaigns that they have no affiliation with, asking for money to take surveys and more. But cybersecurity experts tell our Arman Rahman it's important not to fall victim to these scammers.
No matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, these unsolicited political texts can be hard to escape.
Because it's annoying? Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah, it's incredibly annoying.
Out on State Street, loads of you told me that you've gotten barraged with unsolicited campaign texts lately.
For the last 3 weeks, I've been getting about 7 every day, but it just all directs to give us money. Sorry, I don't have extra money to give to politicians.
And many are confused.
Sometimes I still wonder, how did I get on this list?
Marketing professor Steve Knoll says lots of people don't realize they give their phone numbers when setting up social media accounts or apps.
They never read the small print that says by downloading this app, you consent to give us your photo, your contact information.
But sometimes whoever sent the message didn't even get our identities right.
There's something we haven't told you yet, Karen. This is Donald Trump Jr. Will you help me get a yard sign in every lawn across America, Karen? I don't know why I'm Karen.
So my name isn't Julie, but hi, Julie.
And what about numbers on the do not call list? Knoll says that only really applies for businesses. Campaigns get loopholes from the FCC. Political text messages sent using an auto-dialing machine require consent. Messages sent manually do not.
You can get around anti-spamming or do not call because it's in the public interest. It usually goes down to, is this in the public interest?
But Knoll says more often than not, it's scammers or bad marketing.
Any campaign that's legitimate and real should be respecting opt-in communications.
So anytime you get a text, ask yourself what the messaging is and what they're asking you for. Votes, volunteering, money?
If an organization is sending out texting for fundraising, they're going to have a website. And if they don't, they're not, that's a sign.
A sign you should block the number and delete the message. It might be time for campaigns to limit the screen time, or at least get our names right.
I'm not Karen. Please, please stop thinking I'm Karen.
Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
And ahead of the Democratic National Convention, Democrats are working through the process to formally get their nominee on the ballot. Vice President Kamala Harris is the presumptive nominee for the Democrats because more than half of the voting delegates for next month's DNC say they back her, but that does not give her a formal stamp of approval. Democrats still have to go through a very formal voting process to get her on the ballot across all 50 states. They decided at a meeting today just what that'll look like.
And we are all working hard to execute this nomination with transparency, with fairness, and efficiency. As a party, we have an obligation to design and implement a fair nomination process for delegates to officially express their preferences through a vote.
Vice President Harris is the likely Democratic nominee, but if anyone wanted to challenge her, they have until Saturday to file nomination papers and until Tuesday to get 300 delegate signatures from at least 6 different states. Democrats will then hold virtual votes ahead of August 7th. If Kamala Harris is the only one who qualifies as a possible nominee, we could see that virtual vote as early as next Thursday, August 1st. Well, get outside this weekend and enjoy live music and good eats at Atwood Fest Saturday and Sunday on the city's Near East Side. Bands from both the Madison area and as far away as New Orleans will perform over the 2-day event that shuts down part of Atwood Avenue. Vendors will be setting up selling fresh food. Local breweries will be there, such as Carbon 4 and Hop House, serving beer. But of course, music is the big draw for the event, and there is no shortage of performers.
We have 3 stages, 30 bands, and it's over 2 days. We close off Atwood Avenue from Tex Tubbs to Monty's Blue Plate, and there's a vendor alley, so there's tons of craft, food, and even a kids fest.
Atwood Fest runs from noon to 10 p.m. Saturday, then noon to 7 on Sunday. You are encouraged to bike or use public transportation to get there. You are asked to keep your four-legged friends at home. Dogs are not allowed. A private jet, once owned by the king of rock and roll, is now roadworthy and on display at EAA Air Venture up in Oshkosh. Check it out. It's owned by James Webb, an aviation enthusiast who purchased the plane at auction. Says he retrofitted the original fuselage on top of an RV frame, making it drivable. Took him 18 months to convert, finishing just in time to show it off at EAA Air Venture.
I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I also knew it would never fly again. And the only way that I could think of to share it with as many people as possible around the country, maybe the world one day, is to make it mobile, and nothing crazier than to be able to drive it.
And Webb says he's charging people to walk through Elvis's plane at EAA, but he says most of that money will be going to Wings of Compassion, which is a nonprofit for veterans. Meteorologist Blaze Keller is back now. A check of our first warn forecast, Blaze.
And we are in for a very pleasant evening here across southern Wisconsin as a high pressure system continues to keep the weather on the seasonal side and our skies relatively quiet. We are anticipating some fog after midnight along with some partly cloudy conditions for your Thursday, but the thunderstorm and rain threat doesn't return until we head into next week. We're winding down on the days left in July. This was our last full week of the month, and that means August is right around the corner. And the warmer than average temperatures look to stick with us as we go into the new month. But for now, underneath those clear conditions, we're beginning to slip into the upper 50s around Camp Douglas. We'll follow suit soon. Juneau stretching back into Waukesha, low 60, 63 in Madison, 70 in Dubuque. We're still holding on to 70 at this hour in Janesville, 61 in Mount Horeb, 64 in Perry. With the clear to mostly clear conditions and the light winds, we're going to quickly settle into those upper 50s to low 60s. Patchy fog is expected, as I said, after the midnight hour, and that's going to stick through at least the late morning. And then we're going to sit underneath clear conditions, but because of wildfire smoke, there's going to be a little bit of haze in the atmosphere as well. Future track painting that patchy fog stretching from Watoma all the way south into northern Illinois through 6:30, and then it fizzles away, burns off as our temperature begins to climb and our dew point stays the same. That's how we get fog. So then we're set with clear to mostly clear conditions, at least in the terms of fog, but watch as that smoke sticks around going into the afternoon hours, especially along the Mississippi River. This is where our high pressure system is, and as that slides eastwards, it's going to allow that smoke to move back overhead. So if you're not a fan of the smoke, if you're sensitive to it, unfortunately, it does look like it's going to be sticking with us at least through the weekend. But this high pressure system, this strong Canadian high, has kept us quiet over the last couple of days, and it's going to continue to keep us seasonal and quiet as we go into your Thursday, your Friday, and through Saturday as well. While the center of the high pressure system is going to slide eastward going into Friday, those southerly winds take over, but we don't really tap into that heat and humidity until at least Sunday. And then, as I mentioned, looking ahead over the next 14 days, warmer than average temperatures sticking with us through those first few days of August. The darker the red means the better the chance of warmer than average temperatures, not necessarily the warmer temperatures. So you're seeing it here on your 7-day forecast. No alert days, but just that heat and humidity arriving as we go into your Sunday. So low to mid 80s tomorrow through Saturday, and then upper 80s to low 90s through at least Tuesday, and we'll cool off a little bit, but we'll still keep relatively the heat and humidity all throughout our upcoming work week there as we begin to wrap up July and then go into August. Stay with News 3 now. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'd love to thank everyone at Gruber for taking time and being patient with me.
Thank you. I'm just really, really grateful. I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Gruber, thanks.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Thank you very much.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello permanent fat removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the MAGA politicians in the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. They gerrymander, deny elections, and push abortion bans. Don't give MAGA politicians the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through July 31st, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like 40-pound bags of Blaine's Black Oil Sunflower Seed on sale for $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. These Best Air Furnace Filters, $22.99. Just $19.99 for rewards members. Not a rewards member? Sign up at checkout or online. Don't miss our Rewards Member Appreciation Event going on now.
Gruber Law Offices, Gruber Law Offices, Gruber Law Offices.
For over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices has had one goal: to provide top-notch legal services. One call, one call, one call, one call, that's all.
Welcome back. Brewers in Chicago looking for a series win in today's rubber match against the Cubs. We picked this one up in the top of the 6th. The Crew are trailing 2-1 until Bryce Terang ties it up, going up and out of the zone to drive a bases-loaded single to right. That evens the score at 2. We were still tied in the 9th when William Contreras lines one to the left center field gap. Blake Perkins was off to the races. He would come around to score all the way from first base. That would be your game winner. Brewers win it 3-2. And the Brewers have introduced who they hope will become their first baseman of the future. Blake Burke is coming off a national championship at the University of Tennessee. Milwaukee drafted him 34th overall in last week's MLB draft, and he is ready to get to work.
I mean, pretty cool going from national championship to getting drafted to sign this contract. I mean, a lot of exciting things, and I mean, I'm just blessed.
Now, Burke is expected to report soon to Arizona for Brewers rookie ball, and we'll be right back after a short break. Stay with us.
Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $60 you spend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
It's time for good news, Madison.
Jazz at 5 this year is at the South Hamilton side of the Capitol lawn. Our artists come from a variety of backgrounds, whether it's students, seasoned performers, national performers, and performers from all over the region. You can find more information at our website, jazzat5.org.
And that is Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Drive into summer
with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains? Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
You can visibly eliminate wrinkles and under eye bags in 10 minutes with results that last up to 10 hours without needles and without surgery. Plexiderm does it for only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking. It's time you discovered Power Swabs.
The first time I tried it, my husband was so excited. And he said, I can't believe how white your teeth are. From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now.
3 days only at Hy-Vee. Bone-in pork shoulder roast, just 99 cents a pound. Driscoll's strawberries, just $1.77 for a 1-pound pack. And Hy-Vee shredded cheese, just $1.48. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now This Morning. Moving forward.
Well, Blaze is back. Beautiful evening tonight for concerts on the square. And we're kind of in a, at least until the heat comes in a few days, we're in a great weather pattern right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking a look at your Thursday planner from the morning hours into that dinner time frame, 6 o'clock at night. Plenty of sunshine, temperature seasonal, upper 70s to low 80s. Foggy morning, at least through 10 o'clock. And then haze is going to be sticking with us throughout your Thursday despite the sunshine. Haze probably sticking with us through the weekend. Temperatures, though, stay seasonal, slightly above average through Saturday. And then we tap into that heat and humidity starting Sunday through that following week.
All right, Blaze, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us, folks, for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great night.